So you claim that your God is a God of order and not chaos and not disorder. But a lot of y'all got butt hurt over the fact that I talked about your Euphrates River being a man-made catastrophe with some levels of nature being involved. But then I got to thinking about it. And I got to thinking about the fact that the Euphrates drying up, and let's say its prophecy is being fulfilled. Let me just give it to you for a minute. I'm just going to say prophecy is being fulfilled. Euphrates River is drying up. The sixth angel poured out his bowl, and the Euphrates River dried up so that the kings of the east will be aware, and 4 angels were released, and they're going to kill 1/3 of the population on the planet. So that's what's about to happen, because the sixth, wait a minute, if it's the sixth angel poured out a bowl, what about bowls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Let's find out and see, because remember, as you have said, your God is a God of order. And if your God said that it's going bowl number 1 first, and then number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, then number 6, then all the other ones have to have happened already, right? In order for that to happen. And it has to happen. Not pick and choose one moment here, one moment over there. It happened a little bit in that little spot and a little bit in that little spot. So let's break it down real quick. We ain't gonna take long. But this comes from Revelations chapter 16. It said, then I heard a loud voice from the temple saying to the 7 angels, go out, go pour out the 7 bowls of God's wrath on the earth. Now right there, I know a lot of y'all gonna say, well, he just said pour it out, didn't say when. But it says the first angel went and poured out his bowl on the land. So the first came first. So the first got to come first. And ugly festering sores broke out on people who had the mark of the beast and worshiped the image. Okay. First, you got to determine what's the mark of the beast. And y'all can't agree upon that. Some of y'all say it's the papacy. Some of y'all say it's social security numbers. Some of y'all say, you know, it's money. Some of y'all say it's the internet. Y'all can't make up y'all mind what the mark of the beast is. Some people say that the mark of the beast 666 is carbon. But if you look at the time frame that it was written, the mark of the beast, they was actually talking about Nero. Because like I said before, those people, every generation thinks that their time is the end time. So, what's the mark of the beast first? Y'all can't really answer that. Every generation has had a different answer. But it said that festering sores broke out on the people with them who had the mark of the beast. Since I don't believe in your thing, and I must be one of those people who have the mark of the beast and I worship the image, there's no sores on me. I haven't been sick since 1991 when I got a flu shot and got the flu. But I haven't had any sores and blisters and all that kind of thing. Nor do I see that running rampant. And don't try to claim monkeypox. Don't try to claim the monkeypox. Because Euphrates River started drying up before the monkeypox. So we haven't seen the festering sores and all that kind of stuff. And you want to call the Black Plague? Well, the Black Plague happened in Europe. And that was the people who actually believed in Christianity. Whereas it didn't happen anywhere else during that time frame. So you can't claim the Black Plague was the angel pouring out the bowls. No, 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 no. And let me say it one more time. No. So then the second angel poured out his bowl to the sea, and it turned into blood, like that of a dead person, and every living thing in the sea died. When that gonna happen? That ain't happened yet. How can the sixth angel pour his bowl out? The second angel ain't even did his thing yet. At no point has any sea in our history, the entire sea, died. Now, they got to be the whole sea. It can't be a little red tide over here, a little red tide over there. It got to be the whole sea. Whether it's the Sea of Galilee, whether it's the Caspian Sea, whatever sea, the Red Sea, whatever sea you want to try to proclaim. But there has never been a time frame where you can find where every animal died in a sea. It just said the sea. So it doesn't even tell you which one. Or does that mean all the waters around the world? In order for this to really be true, it will have to happen to all the waters around the world. Okay? So that's the second one. But damn, how did the sixth one do it before the second? So here comes the third angel, poured out his bowl on the rivers and springs, and they became blood. When? When? Find me one. When has that happened? I've been to the Mississippi. It's never been blood. I've been to the Chattahoochee River since I live here in Atlanta. Never been blood. There's a whole bunch of rivers and springs and no blood. They have never been turned all into blood. When has that happened? I mean, how can the sixth angel come and do his thing before the third angel? Your God is a God of order, not disorder. So if he said it that there's this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then they have to come in order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moving on. The fourth angel poured out his bowl on the sun, and the sun was allowed to scorch the people with fire. They were seared by intense heat and cursed the name of God who control over the plagues, but they refused to repent and glorify him. Repent and glorify him. We've had some heat waves. It's been hot. But when has the people who received the mark of the beast, who worship the image, when have they started bursting into flames? When have they been scorched? Now, I rode across country last year, and when we was going on my motorcycle, and yeah, when we was going from El Paso to Phoenix, we got closer to Phoenix. I felt like my leg was about to burst into flames. It was so hot, but it didn't burst into flames. I got a little sunburn. That was about it. A little sunburn. That was just me. When has the heat been so intense all over the world that it scorched the people? And for the heat of the sun to be that hot where it scorches the people, then all the polar caps would melt. And with all the polar caps melting, Florida's washed away, half of Georgia, the eastern seaboard is just washed away. All land masses that have a coastline just washed away. Just if it rises, what, 10 inches? Then that will wash away millions of miles of land. That hasn't happened. Hasn't happened yet. So how can the six angels go ahead and drive the Euphrates River and that be prophecy? Don't work. Nope, sorry. And let's get that last one. The fifth angel poured out his bowl on the throne of the beast, and its kingdom was plunged into darkness. People gnawed their tongues in agony and cursed the God of heaven because of their pain and their sores. So we still got the sores from the first one going on at this time frame. But they refused to repent of what they had done. So all of this is towards the people who got the mark of the beast and worship the image of the Antichrist. And since this is poured onto the throne of the beast, then that would, some people are going to take this as the allegory of a country. I don't see where that has happened, where a country that was a beast, and remember, this beast is supposed to have all the people worshiping it and supposed to be in charge of the whole world by this time frame. We're not in a one world government. So that's not going to, that hasn't happened yet. So if these things, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has not happened, then please explain to me how number 6 can happen. If the rest of them haven't happened, you can explain that. And the only way you can explain that is to say that your God is out of order, that your God does things in a different order. And I know you're going to say, well, the mind of man is not that of the mind of God. But your God gave a vision of the order. And if your God ain't following the order, then what does that make your God? That just makes somebody who was writing some stuff, some apocalyptic writing, which was very, very popular during the early first 2, 3, 4 centuries. And Revelation, I think, is a 2nd century writing, which was a very apocalyptic time of writing, especially for people who felt that they were oppressed, and they were oppressed by the Roman government. And so they wanted to show how they're going to be free from this Roman tyranny. And the funny thing about it, it was the Arab nation that actually legitimately freed the Jewish people from Roman tyranny. Go look up the Arab Caliph Omar, and you'll find a lot more information on that. So I know y'all mad at me for some reason about the Euphrates River, and y'all, I mean, out of the 2,000 plus videos I've made, that video is what y'all the maddest about. Whew, I hate if y'all really go and look at all my other videos. Y'all be real pissed at me. But the Euphrates is not your prophecy, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has not happened yet. So maybe it's just man playing around with nature, building dams, international issues, and the fact that the earth is recycling itself to fix itself. And that's why you got the snow caps in Turkey not getting as much water. But guaranteed, the earth will win, and the snow caps will be revitalized, just like it did 2,000 years ago when Euphrates dried up, just like it did 4,000 years ago when the Euphrates dried up and the Akkadian Empire was really hurt. So y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.